Warning! The following podcast waved to the person behind you, but you waved back and now it's awkward. This is Crudimentary Questions with your hosts, Sandy and Jill.
Hey, Jill.
Hey, Sandy.
I have a question for you.
Lay it on me.
This is going to be really obvious, but what is your most embarrassing moment?
Wow. I have a ton of them.
I know.
So I'm just going to shake up the bucket and pick one out randomly. Okay. I was at college and there was a character development type requirement that I had to do, that everyone had to do. And there were different, it was called convocations. And you had to attend these seminars of quote unquote character development lessons.
What does that even mean?
It means that we had to have a certain amount of credits. I think it was 30 credits.
What is in this context, character development is what? Like developing your personal,
Yeah, there was like personal growth. And then there was one that was like,
is there one about like how to cut your fingernails properly?
I don't know. Honestly, it was bullshit.
Okay.
Is what it was.
Okay, so you were at a
one of
college bullshit thing.
I was at a college bullshit seminar.
Okay.
Hosted by a very, very upbeat guy at about 8 a.m. on the quad.
I love it. Guys, let's get going.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
And he had one of those, mics that attach to your ears,
Are you
like
serious?
like Madonna, but not as cool.
Did he have a headband on?
No. He had one. So this was the early 2000s. So he had like the flip hair that went straight up,
He had the duck butt?
the duck butt.
He had the duck butt hair.
Anyway, that's all I remember about him.
God, I love the duck butt hair. I made out with so many duck butts.
He just looked like a Gap employee, I think.
I gotcha.
You got me?
Yeah.
All right.
I totally know this guy.
So, and I am, I'm 21-ish and I'm going through an emo phase and I'm wearing like punk rock outfit and my backpack's bedazzled with safety pins. This is who I am. And I'm sitting in the very back just trying to get my credits and like looking all broody and stuff.
And you're like, I am better than this.
Yeah, but also I don't know anyone because I'm new to campus.
Sure.
Like I don't know, I have no friends.
Yeah.
But I'm like cool with that. Like
Yeah.
I don't need friends.
I don't need friends or happiness or purpose.
Yeah, like life is black, man. Anyway, so he proceeds to start this whatever bullshit it was, and all I hear is, "Does anyone want to win $100?" And without even thinking about it, my hand goes straight up
Because you want $100.
I'm a broke college kid and I want money.
You're
say
like-
money, I want money.
You're like, I may be emo and a little alternative, but you give money is money.
Money talks, man.
Yeah.
And so like half of my body is like, what the fuck are you doing? You don't want to volunteer. This is not in your
You're like, I have
way of
safety
life.
pins on my backpack. I don't volunteer for this
I might
shit.
be living in Tennessee, but I'm not a volunteer.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so the gods shined above and made him pick me.
Right.
Of course.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
He probably saw your outfit. He was like, this is going to be funny.
He picked me and two other people, and I'm going to get cut to the chase here because this could go all night.
No, I
if
love
I
it.
tell
I love this story.
So we go up to the front, and there's probably about 80 people watching.
Sure.
So it's small, but still enough.
80 people is, it's more than nothing.
The other two people appear to be more popular. They're getting whoops and hollers
from their friends.
Various people in the crowd.
And you don't have any friends.
And I have none.
Yeah.
And so he's introducing each of them, and everyone's like, woo!
Yeah.
Woo! And then they come to me and it's like,
smattering, like golf clap.
who's this girl?
Yeah.
Who
is this motherfucking bitch?
Yeah. So then the challenge for the $100 becomes presented to us and is We have to dance in front of these people.
Oh, no.
And whoever gets the most applause
Oh,
from the dancing
Oh, no.
wins the $100. This is character development that we all need, you guys. We all need this.
Yeah, it sounds like you wouldn't be the person you are today without this moment. And
This moment haunts me forever.
well, I mean, I don't even know the whole story, but like I am dreading the rest of it.
It's worse than your mind can imagine.
Did they play music?
Honestly, I just remember like the Paul Simon song, "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend," kind of echoing in my mind.
Okay.
But I don't think that was the actual
I was
music
gonna
that was
say
playing.
like that's not Sound of Silence or what like it's not
It wasn't that.
It's not really a boogie woogie get down.
No. They were
tune.
probably playing like Who Let the Dogs Out or some crap.
It's early 2000s.
But in my head, I'm like, oh God. Okay, so we start and, well, I actually tried to get off the stage. And he wouldn't let me. I was like, all right, see ya.
Made a run for it.
I'm done here. I thought there was going to be like, a college quiz of some sort that I could say.
And you know what's really funny? Just as a side note, because now we're in our 30s, right?
Sure.
I would just get off the stage.
Yeah.
And like nobody can fucking tell me not to. It's like, oh, I thought I was signing. No, this is not what I wanted. I'm done.
Peace.
But when you're 21 and you're still like used to following orders like that, you're just like, okay.
Well, I started going off. He grabbed my shoulders and was like, no, come back. I was like,
yeah. And if that happened today, you would get off the stage and I would get off the stage and be like, don't fucking touch me. I don't want to dance.
I am now under duress.
Yeah. So Jill, 21, on stage, grabbed by the shoulders by Mr. Duck Butt Hair, saying you have to dance for applause and you have no friends.
And I have no friends. So, the first two go well. And, the other contestants, what have you, I think one of them does the shopping cart or some shit. And the other person, like, just gyrates.
Yeah.
And it comes to me and all I can come up with is jumping jacks.
Oh, that's really cute.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's not bad.
It was not liked by many.
Nobody applauded.
Because it is not dancing, it's exercise, technically.
Well, I think that you were put in a position where you had to you had to improvise. And you did.
I did.
And you did it in your own special way. And if this is the thing, Jill and I went to the same college, but we weren't there together, which is unfortunate because if I had been in that crowd, I would have been whooping.
You'd be into it?
I would have so been into somebody doing jumping jacks instead of doing a stupid dance.
Yeah, I was not having it. And, so I didn't get enough cheers, but somehow they still put me in the next round, which was more dancing.
There was another. This is like tiered. Mm-hmm. It's like a bracket.
I don't know.
Who were you up against?
Two other people. And so I guess it just had to continue.
Okay.
I don't know. They wanted to make fools of us more.
No, you know what? Mr. Duck Butt Hair needed some content. Mm-hmm. He didn't have enough.
He didn't have enough for his stupid TED Talk or whatever.
Yeah, like for his convocation, character development.
So we do it again. I don't remember what the others do, but I remember what I did.
Yeah.
I did a herky.
What is that?
It's a cheerleading move.
I don't know what it is.
If I can explain this, it's like a toe touch. Which, do you know what a toe touch is?
Like a jump?
It's a jump.
Okay. Like you jump up and you touch your toes.
You jump up and you kind of do the splits.
Okay.
But I didn't do that. I did a herky, which is like one leg is straight and the other leg is bent.
Okay.
Because I used to be kind of good at it, actually.
You weren't a cheerleader, were you?
I tried out once.
You tried out once?
I didn't cheer enough. I wasn't spunky enough. I now am. My spunk has come out.
You're all about the spunk now.
But we'll save that story for another. That is another embarrassing moment that I think we'll save for another day.
So many embarrassing moments involving spunk, guys.
So I do the herky and fall off the stage because I went forward with my herky. And
How tall is the stage?
it wasn't extremely tall, but I skint the back of my heel going down.
Oh.
And drew blood.
You bled.
So
You bled for the herky.
So everyone was laughing until I fell, and then it was
Oh no.
and I'm like, I'm okay, and then everyone's like clapping.
Yeah.
And then I come on stage, and I come back on stage because I'm like, surely I can win $100 now.
Yeah.
I did your bidding.
Yeah, I did what you wanted. I fell off the stage and I bled. I bled for this hundy.
And I'm, bleeding so bad that there is a trail behind me.
Wow.
And it was a skint. It wasn't like a open wound.
Yeah,
necessarily.
but
It was just a skin.
But but
thing.
if it's a thin skin part of like your ankle, that's gonna bleed.
It
kind of
bled
a lot. Yeah.
a lot. And the announcer was trying to probably not get sued, and was like, "You're okay, right?"
Sir Duckbutt
let's
was just like, right? You're fine. You're fine.
There might have been another round he was planning. He was just like, "Okay, we're done." And then he, put his hand over each person. Was like, "Which one do you want to cheer for? This one, and this." And they, the other two got their hoops and hollers
From their friends.
and it comes to me, and I do I do like a Nancy Kerrigan, like, or is it Nancy Kerrigan?
Yeah,
or
she got for
Tanya Harding.
For the young ones listening, Nancy Kerrigan was a figure skater, ice skater who got whacked in the leg.
Yes.
By
Another competitor.
By
Actually, someone that was hired. There's a whole story there.
There's a whole story, and it's very intriguing. But yeah, she very famously was filmed sitting on the ground, crying and yelling, "Why? Why?"
I mean, I didn't do that, but I did like reference my bleeding ankle and say, "Will
Sure.
you have mercy on me?
Or take pity. Come on.
Can you pay for my hospital
Yeah.
bill with this $100 that I should?"
seriously.
Anyway, to put it plainly, I did not win, and no one cared about me, and I sulked into a corner afterward, and it still haunts me today. Yay!
I gotta tell you that your embarrassing story makes you sound like the coolest person in the world.
No, it doesn't.
No, it does.
I did jumping
jacks, and you're like dark emo bullshit, and nobody's there with you.
Yeah.
It's just, I love it. I love everything. That's the thing. It bums me out sometimes that we didn't know each other then.
It bums me out, yeah.
Because I would have been with you the whole way. I would have if I had another class, I would have skipped it just to watch you. I was like, what's this weirdo emo girl gonna do next? And then you fell off the stage and bled. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I would have been cheering for you
Yeah.
so loud.
I mean, now that you're saying that, it is kind of emo to bleed, right? Mm-hmm. To be like, look, my pain is so real that I'm actually bleeding.
The bleeding for your art. You're this is not my art. I just wanted $100.
I just want money.
Really wanted $100.
Yeah, I really did. Which I probably would have spent on Kraft macaroni and cheese or the next Kingdom Hearts game. Who knows?
Yeah. Or more Converse sneakers.
Yeah,
and,
I did have a lot of those.
Emo patches from Hot Topic.
I didn't shop at Hot Topic, but I did get patches from bands that I would go see.
Yes. Okay, so you would have paid to go see bands. Wait, so did Sir Duckbutt give out a crisp $100 bill?
Yes, he did actually. It was actual money. It wasn't like a gas card to Exxon or anything, which is what bullshit that most people would probably.
Well, no, I'd love a $100 gas card to Exxon.
I mean,
all
sure.
the Cheetos that can buy.
I didn't even think about buying Cheetos
So
with my
many
Exxon
Cheetos.
gas card. So, what is your most embarrassing, or one of your embarrassing moments? We'll say.
I have a few, and they basically all involve farting.
Yes, we've talked about the
Yes.
fart story in the poop episode, where you farted in front of your boss, right?
I have two.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how I told it, but I did fart in front of my boss. Mm-hmm. So we'd all just gotten Burger King and just sat. We were having, it was me and another manager and then the general manager of like this chain of coffee shops. And we're in the upstairs office in the summertime in Tennessee. So the heat's rising. It's hot in there anyway. And we finish our Burger King and it already smells like burgers and fries and then people, like smell. And I had put my feet up on my chair because I have no sense of decorum at all.
Yeah.
And they used to tell me when I was a child to sit like a lady. And I took that as a challenge.
Oh, to not sit like a lady.
Yeah. I was like, well, how do ladies sit?
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm going to sit the opposite of that. So, like, I'm all man-spready, like, so I'd put my feet up on the chair, and so essentially my clothed butthole was facing the general manager, my boss.
Yes.
And I didn't even, like, it was one of those farts that's like, you don't even feel it coming. It just happens.
And did it make a noise?
It did not make a noise.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing. Like, I thought I was safe, right?
Oh.
I was not.
Silent but deadly?
It was silent and it was deadly. Because I got it. Everybody got it.
And did you confess?
No. That's the worst.
Well, then how is that embarrassing?
Because I knew and they knew. This is the thing. My boss just, like, stopped mid-sentence about talking about scheduling or whatever and goes, did somebody fart?
And did he look at your clothed butthole at that time?
Probably. At that point, I was...
It's like, where could it have come from?
Like, I was so... Like, and I'm not a good liar. Like, I think my face was probably beet red at that point. And I was just like...
Sweat is pouring down. You're like holding your Burger King burger, like shaking.
I'm trembling. I am trembling because I am caught, and I said no. And the coolest thing I could have done was just own up to it, and I didn't.
Maybe
because I was still a little uncomfortable with my boss. I was pretty new at the job. And I was in a position of authority, but of course I'm sitting like a fucking animal,
I also think about what year do you think that was?
I don't want to say. I mean, what? Like, this is like 2009.
Late 2000s.
Yeah.
I really think times have changed in the sense of being able to, or at least in my friend group, maybe, like my age, the decade. I feel like owning a fart is cool, but maybe at one point it wasn't.
Here's the
thing.
This boss, I mean, he's not that much older than me, but he was older enough that I still felt like I had to, he still felt a little bit dad-like to me, I guess, or a little bit like authority figure.
Like he would have been disappointed in you. He's like, Sandy, I'm very disappointed.
He would have fired me on the spot.
No.
No, I just like, I agree with you now, and it's particularly because I am this particular gentleman that I'm speaking of. I am legitimately friends with him now, and I would 100% own up to a fart now, but
right.
But like at the time.
You were in your 20s.
Yeah. I was young.
I feel like 30s just erases a lot of embarrassment from us.
God, we just let it the fuck go, man. Like,
you know what I mean?
I have been so humiliated so many times in so many different ways, and sexy and not sexy. Like, and I didn't even mention, like, one time I farted in front of my Mormon neighbor that I had a crush on.
Yes. I know.
And and I did it twice. Did I ever tell you that I farted in front of him twice?
Yes. Which is it's like getting struck by lightning twice.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds?
What are the odds? Oh my God, he just thinks I'm like this, like walking around farting. Like I don't even have any like actual energy. I just am propelled by farts, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, he was super cute. Oh my God, so cute. And then we were hanging out on our street, and then I farted. And he was like, did you fart? And I was like, yeah. And by the way, this is when I'm like 14. And then
even more embarrassing. I feel like the younger you get.
Well, but here the thing is, at least it was like a cute little like, meh, you know. I can't do the toot noise with my mouth. Can you? You can't do the tongue like the. Yeah. Oh, do that. Yeah, like that.
Okay, I feel like we're devolving.
Okay. But anyway, yeah, like, so embarrassment is a thing that, it haunts you.
I feel like sometimes embarrassment creeps up, and you're not, especially lately, I'm not necessarily embarrassed in the moment.
Yeah.
It's not until later when I'm trying to go to sleep.
Oh, God, that's
and
the
I'm
worst.
just, I'm like, peaceful in my blanket, and then all of a sudden, it's just embarrassment taps me on the shoulder, and it's like, remember when you did that dumb thing today?
Oh my God.
I'm like, damn it wasn't dumb earlier. Why is it dumb now? Now that I think about it, I probably looked weird doing that.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely, I've had some moments especially in the last couple of months, where I ended up, the next day being like, oh, I was too honest. Or something like that.
Yes.
Oh, you had that.
Liquid courage.
Yeah, well, you had that. There was that show. Jill got, so, lovey with everybody at this concert we went to.
This is probably the most recent time I was, in hindsight, embarrassed.
Yeah, but, it was so cute.
Was it?
It was.
The trouble is I don't remember. I have my point of view, which was very nice. Okay, so real quick, I'm not going to tell the entire story.
Sure.
But I've been drinking a lot of martinis.
Yeah. Jill is into martinis.
I've been evoking a 65-year-old version of me.
You just got there quicker.
That loves to drink martinis at a bar alone while playing Sudoku on my phone.
It. Oh my God.
And no one talked to me.
God, you're so cool. You're always so cool. Everything you do is so cool.
No. But I did go out with you before a show, and I got 2 martinis. Scandalous.
Yeah.
And probably didn't eat enough. Went to the show, got a couple more beers in me, and then became a love monster.
Yes.
And, it was a show where I knew a lot of people there that
it was
I
like
hadn't
a reunion.
seen. It was, it was like a family friend reunion. And so I'm just basically barrel hugging everyone I see.
Also telling everyone that they're beautiful.
Oh, God.
And that, if you weren't in a relationship, that you would totally have sex with them.
I didn't say sex. I said, I think that, that's right. I was flirting with everyone.
Yes.
Including my husband, who was also there.
Yeah.
I think that the main reason why I was doing that is because I just felt good.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And you put out that energy, and then people give it back to you.
Yeah.
And it's such a...
That's right. It wasn't... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Well, it's a really good feeling. And when you keep getting that response, then you keep doing it, you know? Mm-hmm. And so it makes complete sense that, you tell somebody, you look beautiful tonight, which is one of the things you said. And then, they say it back to you because you did look beautiful that
I don't
night.
know.
You did.
My eyes were probably wonky, but...
No. You had a whole outfit. I can't remember your whole outfit, but I do remember thinking that you looked really nice.
Aww. I didn't say I want to have sex with people. I remember now.
Yes, you didn't. I'm sorry.
I was saying I have a crush on you. To everyone. It didn't matter, male, female.
Yeah.
Or my mother-in-law. I have a crush on you.
Yeah. And that's great. I mean, it's just it was very funny and very enjoyable. I liked watching you be so happy and carefree, but I also knew I was like, oh, well, obviously you're not driving. You know?
Oh, no.
Yeah. And one of those oh, yeah, and you've done that with me 1,000 times, and I'm sorry. But it's better to be a lovey drunk. than it is to be like
Yeah.
a sad or like despondent or like violent drug. So
Yeah.
I mean, but I do know that you were a little bit embarrassed about that.
Right. Well, and the interesting thing is that I don't remember all of it, and so some of the embarrassment is kind of erased.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've kind of forgiven myself at this point, and I think that's the ultimate goal with any kind of embarrassing. You know, a lot of the therapy is talking about it.
Yeah.
You know, telling our embarrassing stories can
Yeah.
be therapeutic.
Being honest about it. And I think like what you just said, forgiving yourself for it, that is like the key. That is the solution.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when I think about like farting in front of my boss,
Yeah.
like I forgive myself. And the truth, like I could hang out with him right now and tell him that story. He would totally remember it and he would laugh his ass off.
Here's my thoughts in general about embarrassment.
Okay.
And it's only the wisdom has only come out recently
Sure.
in my brain
Well, yeah.
because I'm struggling with anxiety at night, and
Yeah.
so I'm trying to come up with ways to get over myself,
Sure.
basically.
Yeah.
But I think everyone is a lot more self-involved than we give them credit for. So when I think I'm having an embarrassing moment by doing jumping jacks on a stage, no one else probably remembers that as much as I remember that.
Or they don't remember it as a like looking down on you.
Right.
They
like,
remember it's like, oh, there's a funny thing I saw once.
I think of it as, what if I were in the audience
Yeah.
witnessing an embarrassing moment? What if I was your boss?
Yeah.
Witnessing someone not admitting to, obviously, they farted.
Yeah.
You know, I would give that person more grace than I expect people to give me.
Yeah.
And maybe that's not fair. Maybe humans aren't always awful. They sometimes are. But you know what I mean? Like,
I think you're like, I love the invocation of grace. You know, that's like the special word for me is like, can you apply grace to a person or situation? Is there a way to show grace? And you doing jumping jacks is like the, you know, I would say everybody in the audience, maybe who didn't applaud, didn't really get it, but maybe they did show you grace, you know? And it's not like any of them are like going on the internet right now and being like, Jill did jumping jacks and now she's, you know, now we're gonna slaughter her on the internet or whatever. But like, I also know that like when I dismissed that fart in front of my boss and I said, that wasn't me, he showed me grace because he let it go.
right. We have to get to our internet
Yes.
section.
Let us internet away. Do we have any idea what we want to ask the internet? What should we ask the internet?
I think we should ask just for various embarrassing stories, possibly.
Oh, yeah. And okay, how many do you think are going to involve farting?
A lot.
A lot.
And pooping, as we
Fart
discovered.
and like it's just going to be like a lot of bodily functions.
We discovered via party, we played a game, just real quick. We
Yeah.
played a game called The Embarrassing Game TM. We came up with it.
Yeah.
Where everyone submits an anonymous embarrassing story into a anonymous box, and then we each draw a random one and rate it on embarrassing scale. How embarrassing is this?
Yeah.
1 out of 5 or
Yeah.
whatever it was. And that was fun because most of them had to do with pooping.
Almost all of them were pooping or farting, and it was great.
Pooping in the pants, pooping, you know, whatever, and on the table.
You're on the table.
I think that was actually a pregnancy story. But
Oh,
it was funny.
right.
It was funny.
Oh, funny pregnancy story. All right.
So-
Well, let's go to the internet, guys. We'll be right back.
Okay, guys, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go onto your computers and I want you to pull up that search bar, hit the little magnifying glass, and I want you to type in the following: https://www.crudimentarykquestions.com.
So, you want me to look up crudimentary-questions.com, Mom?
Yeah, honey, like just look it up and there's a lot of cool stuff on there. You will find our episodes, you will find links to everything that you
want to see. Woo!
Well, okay, Jill just, turned into a 55-year-old woman, and I'm
From Brooklyn.
From Brooklyn, and I'm totally fine with that. I think it's awesome. But yeah, our website is crudimentary.questions.com, so you should go there and look at the cool shit. Let's get back to the show.
Woo!
We're back.
Yes, we are. We are looking up the internet's most embarrassing moments.
The internet's most embarrassing moment.
That's right. These aren't real people. These are just bots. No,
Yeah.
they're real people on Yahoo Answers.
As always.
To protect their anonymity.
Anonymity.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna say what their screen name
Yes.
is.
No, totally. But yeah, like
They got it on Yahoo Answers. I'm sure they don't care if they're on a podcast.
It's not like it's their first and last name. So let's
Okay.
go.
All right, so the best answer on the poll for what's your most embarrassing moment goes to their screen name is just question mark, which I guess just means an actual anonymous person.
Sure, love it.
Said, I peed in my boyfriend's bed because I had a dream that I was on the toilet peeing.
That happened to me. Not my boy. I peed in my childhood bed when I was a child.
Yeah.
But the reason I peed in my bed was because I had a dream that I was peeing.
Yes. I've done a similar thing. I feel like that is why. That's what causes it. Mm-hmm. I don't know actually if the dream causes the pee or if you're dreaming because you're peeing.
Okay, so you are dreaming anyway, and you also have to pee. It's two things at once, right?
Okay.
And so, pro tip for anyone, if you are dreaming that you need to pee, wake yourself up. Because you are going to pee the bed.
This is now my nightmare.
It's okay. It's pretty rare, but yeah, that's the only time in my life I have peed the bed is when I was about 11 years old, entirely too old to pee the bed, but I dreamed that I was going to the bathroom.
And this is why I use the bathroom before getting in the bed, mainly because I don't want to get up in the middle of the night.
I know, it's the worst.
It's so not fun.
Ugh.
Okay, so moving on to the next embarrassing moment. In a gymnastics competition in high school, I did a perfect routine on the balance beam, but when I landed, I farted so loud from nervousness that everyone, including the judges, heard it and burst out laughing. To this day, I'm not sure whether I won the ribbon for my actual performance or because of my landing.
I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot because it involves somebody really concentrating on something,
Yeah.
and doing a feat. So it's not like, you don't feel super embarrassed. Like if you're sitting on the couch with your hand in the Cheetos bag. I'm really into Cheetos right now. I don't know why.
Because they're delicious.
Because they're delicious. So you're sitting on the couch and you got your Netflix. You're watching your Parks and Rec. Hands in the Cheeto bag. You fart.
Yeah.
Not a big deal.
Because you're
right?
alone.
Well, even if you're with people at that point, especially if you're with friends or whatever, you're just like, yeah,
I am in my own environment.
Yeah.
I have created this space.
I have created a space that is safe for farting. But when you're doing something hard, doing gymnastics, that's not a safe space for farting.
Well, especially everyone is watching you.
Yeah.
And you're being judged.
And it's one of those particular kinds of sports where there isn't other sounds necessarily that can get in the way of the fart. Mm-hmm. So it just when you fart, it's like a boom mic, it's just it's like an announcement. And yeah. And so, but I also feel like that's really impressive though.
Yeah, I like that.
Because I can't do a balance beam routine.
Oh gosh, no. No, I mean, I would most certainly fart from nervousness if I had to. All right, so the next one is, another kind of similar. Okay, when I was trying to pass a belt test in martial arts class,
okay,
I accidentally punched the instructor. Kind of cool.
Love it.
Kind of cool.
Absolutely. Well, did they say, is that it? Did they follow up?
That's it.
All right. I love the ambiguity. I don't know how the instructor processed that or dealt with it in any way, shape, or form. And I get it, but I get that person's like, this was bad.
And I think there was another one that I saw. Okay. In my very first yoga class,
Oh, God. Yoga.
my intestines made odd noises for everyone to hear, and I never went back.
Oh.
Oh, that reminds me. I went to a hip hop dancing class with my friend. We were trying. We were trying to be better.
You were
And
self-improvement via hip-hop dance. I have done that.
I know. And I strategically put myself in front of a pole during the class so that I did not have to look at myself in the mirror.
Oh, I thought you were going to dance on the pole, but okay.
No. It wasn't a pole. It was like a column.
A column.
A big column.
Structural.
And I stood behind it so I would not have to at all times look at my awful self dancing. And I was just having fun, man. I was living it.
Yeah.
And unbeknownst to me, because it was my first time there, they were recording us. And then they played the recording after class. And
you had to watch?
mm-hmm.
I mean, could you have left?
It was there. And I had to. It's like a car accident.
You can't look away.
And
you just can't look away.
I saw myself, like, I thought I was doing so well.
I know.
And
I know.
I saw myself trying to move in a pattern.
Yeah.
I was flailing and very, very unrhythmically.
And you suddenly realize, it's so weird because, like, we're both musicians. And, like, that requires...
Doesn't matter.
No. Well, the interesting thing is that I took a hip-hop class at the YMCA when I was a member. And I definitely appreciated the relationship that dancing has to music. And I was like, I can see how this is useful. But anyway, like, they did this thing where they would have us, like, improv.
Oh, the freestyle?
Yes, they would have us freestyle.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, well, I was just
You know what my freestyle is? Jumping
jacks. Jill and the Herc or whatever. But like, yeah, like, so I was trying to keep up, and I knew I wasn't doing well. And like all the rest of the girls, and because it was all girls in the class, by the way, this is not like, and like they're all dancing like they've been in clubs forever, you know, like they're twerking and they're like moving their bodies, and they're like so sexy, and like, and I am just there, you know, like in my like long shorts, just like trying to just move like the correct movements. And then we get to the freestyle part, and I was just like, don't pick me, don't pick me, don't pick me. And the instructor picks me. It wasn't 80 people, it was like 15.
It's still enough.
It was, yeah.
Honestly, I feel like sometimes the fewer the people there are, the more, because you can actually look into their eyes.
You look into their eyes and you see that they are embarrassed for you. And that is
you
the
see
worst.
The cringe
Yeah.
appear on their face.
And I don't even remember what I did, but I just know it wasn't good, and they felt bad for me, and everyone was like, why is she here?
I'm all of a sudden remembering how I got roped into this hip hop class.
Yeah, how did you get roped? I mean, like, I took the hip hop class because I was a member of the Y, and I wanted to like exercise more fun. You know?
were with me when I got recruited.
How?
We went to a venue. We went to the 5 spot.
Okay.
And it was like an 80s dance night.
Sure.
You remember that? Vaguely?
Yeah.
We were dancing, and I was living my life. I had a few drinks, and I was just, and there was this hip hop girl there.
You were feeling your damn self. Yeah.
And we started like dance battling together.
Oh.
And not like in a competition way, just taking turns and
having fun
and egging each other on and being fun. And she's like, "You should join my hip hop class." And my drunken mouth was like, "Oh yeah, sounds great." And I guess I was good after some drinks. It's just like playing pool.
Totally.
I'm a great pool player.
Just anybody who ever plays pool with Jill, if she has had 3 beers, she will demolish you in pool.
But sober Jill sucks.
Cannot play pool at all.
Sucks.
Cannot play pool.
Doesn't understand geometry even. So, looking back, I think it's because your body's looser when you drink.
No, this is a whole thing. It's a learned. Basically, if you learn to do something when you're drunk, you can't do it as well when you're sober.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's like an actual thing.
I thought it was just because I was, not as uptight as I normally am or something.
Maybe that's part of it, but like the truth is you probably learned to play pool when you were 2 beers deep.
I need to stop being educated while alcoholed.
Just for pool.
Okay, so I am moving on to
another embarrassing moment.
Actually, no. I'm kind of getting to the depths of embarrassment.
Okay.
Why do we get embarrassed?
Because we are prideful.
Prideful?
Yeah. We have there's the concepts of pride and dignity, right?
Right.
And I feel like we've held up these standards of like who is worthy or what is worthy of like being in charge or being revered. And embarrassment would undercut that. Mm-hmm. And so basically it's its own kind of currency.
Oh, so it's kind of like in a pack mentality, the alpha dog, if he gets embarrassed in front of the pack looks down on him.
Yeah.
And he no longer has the same amount of power.
I mean, yes, it is like you're exactly right.
Whoa.
That embarrassment diminishes somebody's power.
It's a dignity thing.
Yeah. So if you have a certain amount of power, you get embarrassed, you lose a certain amount of power. And people don't like to lose power.
And I also wonder, have you ever been embarrassed alone? Because I know that technically it's not a thing, but I have definitely felt embarrassed for myself, and no one was around to witness necessarily. But I was embarrassed because it had just happened. Like it was now in my history.
I guess I would say yes, but I also acknowledge that I was like, haha, if someone was around for this, I would really be embarrassed.
Right, like falling down the stairs, for instance.
Or tripping.
And it's like no one was around, but I still felt the same sensations of being embarrassed.
I think I've conquered that, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Well, one, I spend so much time alone that there is just no... I've sort of lost a lot of, like, a level of civility, or understanding of what is and is not embarrassing. But for myself, I'm just like, yeah, I mean, you just, like, sometimes you trip and fall.
You know what I think it might be for me? Okay.
Oh.
I am going to bring up, like, God.
Oh, fuck.
Because isn't he watching us? And
No. Oh, God.
what if he's laughing at me falling down the stairs?
I would be One, I don't believe in God, but...
I know, but that's why you're not embarrassed alone, and maybe that's why I am, because I have this like weird sixth sense that some higher power is looking over me and judging me every time I do anything. Oh God, that's it.
But like, if he's laughing at you, isn't he laughing with you?
I don't know.
Like, if he's God, aren't you his creation? Like,
I'm pulling this out of my,
I know.
clothed butthole.
I am trying to show you grace right now, is what I'm of your clothed butthole. Oh my God. Oh my God, my clothed butthole.
You said that earlier, and I
No.
I ticked it in my head.
I know.
I got the
call. I got the call back, and I fucking love it. I am gonna start a band called My Clothed Butthole. It's brilliant.
Okay,
it's
so
totally brilliant. But
maybe that's it.
No, I think I like the thought that you might be embarrassed in front of God, but I also like the thought that God just loves you anyway.
Well, we all love each other.
Well, I mean, it's
anyway.
like a spouse or your cat. Like,
oh God, my cat judges me constantly.
you don't think Toby loves you no matter what?
Toby loves me as long as I keep feeding him. And then if I don't, he will eat my face off, I'm sure. I'm 100%
You know,
sure.
Toby's kind of a cold motherfucker.
I mean,
Yes.
you know, I just read that cats know their names.
Yeah,
Like,
they just don't respond to him.
they're just assholes.
They just don't care.
They're just assholes. They know their name. They just don't want to come
Yeah.
to their name.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, so, okay. Let's see what Yahoo Answers has to say about why we feel embarrassed.
The what is it?
The source of all
The
knowledge.
source, thank you. The source of all knowledge is Yahoo Answers, just so everyone knows.
Oh my God, this is weird. This comes from, the best answer comes from Yahoo user Font of No Knowledge.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, that's weird. Okay, anyway. There are many levels of embarrassment. In theory, you should only get embarrassed in front of other people because what you are fearing is those people seeing you in an awkward situation or talking about you.
Sure.
But people still get embarrassed when they are alone. So why? God, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, our embarrassment levels are formed in childhood, initially by our parents and subsequently by our siblings and peers. If we were allowed to be free to do anything, we would never get embarrassed, but unfortunately, other people's embarrassments get passed to us. This means that even when you are alone as a child, you remember what you've been told and get embarrassed when you hear what happened last time you performed a certain action. Huh.
This is making me think a lot about, and I think this could be a much longer conversation. But this is making me think about shame.
Shame.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Like, you can feel shame even though no one is there to witness the shame. Yes.
I mean, like, every time I jerked off in the shower, I mean, you know what I mean? Like, nobody was watching exactly, but I also was taking 45-minute showers, and it's not like it's a secret, you know? Like, well, in my house, it totally was a secret. But, you know, like...
You are watching yourself.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. You're watching yourself.
And you are your own witness in a way.
Yeah. And you are taught... I was especially taught to be my own witness. And
Right.
to have the whole, like, God, Holy Spirit...
Yes.
thing hanging over my head, but like, no matter what, even if, like, they say, what is it, character, you can tell somebody's character by what they do when no one's watching.
Right.
And for the record,
Dance like no one's watching.
yeah, well, for
No,
the
don't if you're Jill.
just do jumping jacks.
Just do jump.
But I obviously I don't think masturbating is wrong now, but I did when I was 13, you know? And I felt shame.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even say that was embarrassment, but like if somebody had found out or confronted me about it, I would have felt some combination of embarrassment and shame.
Yeah.
And I think that, you know, you and I, like, being in our 30s and like doing this podcast and like just times changing, like, we feel significantly less shame.
We're trying to feel less shame.
Yeah.
We're attempting the road ahead of us without the burden of shame.
Yeah. That's really, God, that's really, well, it's heavy,
It's heavy.
but it is a burden getting lifted because we're addressing it, we're talking about it, and so we're kind of preempting it. Like, you don't get to shame me. I will not be embarrassed about, like,
A human thing.
about
that
pooping or
happens.
masturbating or orgasming or anything. Like, this is a thing that people experience. Let's
Yeah.
talk about it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just lucky that there's no video footage of some of these embarrassing moments. Because, you know, a lot of people, you know, especially in this time and age,
Right, with like
have
viral videos. Yeah. But I got to tell you, I would love to see a video of you doing the jumping jacks to Who Let the Dogs Out.
Oh, God, there is a video of me doing the hip hop dancing. So, damn it. I'm sure that's being played somewhere as a what not to do.
But hey, you were giving it a shot, and we love you for it.
Aw.
So, we are gonna ask a guy.
Ask a guy.
And I think we're just gonna ask what his most embarrassing moment is.
I mean, I think that would be the go-to.
Yeah.
We'll find out if it has anything to do with pooping or farting.
Pooping or farting. Doesn't matter.
Or dancing or gymnastics or martial arts. This is a common thread.
Yeah.
So yeah, we will.
We
will
be right back.
be back.
Ask a guy. We need a man's opinion, so we'll ask a guy.
Hello.
Hey, Tavius, welcome to Crudimentary Questions.
Thank you for joining us.
Hey, it's good to be back again.
Yes, very. So we have a question.
It's really simple, but dude, what is your most embarrassing moment?
See, that's I'm gonna pick something at random because the deeper I go down the hole, the weirder it gets.
Yep.
So,
Agreed.
When I was a teenager, we were hanging out, I think this might have been in Cool Springs. And I had some, I had emotional issues, let's put it that way. And I was in some sort of huff. I was out with a group of other teenagers, and we were being teenager-y at a McDonald's. And I think I might have had could have had an argument with an ex-girlfriend, or I don't remember. I was mad about something and just decided to be pouty. And basically, I think I got into an argument with somebody at a table, and I got up and sort of pouted away to sit on this other table. And I sat on the table. As soon as I sat on it, the whole table collapsed inward with the chairs and everything, and just flipped. And then everybody rushed to help me. But I wasn't injured, just my pride was injured, because I had already been acting like an asshole. And I, at this point, have ketchup and fries and other things sitting with me on the floor, and just get up and I proceeded to then walk out very quickly and just drive home.
It's like the culmination of your assholeness ended up with you on the floor.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Ketchup and fries.
And so, have you been able to go back to a McDonald's since?
Well, no, but that's for different reasons.
Okay, sure. That's great.
Well, also, I've never gone back. I try to not go inside McDonald's. They give me flashbacks.
Yeah,
That's right. The yellow M is like, no, not again.
The golden arches.
Yes.
You're
Wow.
Yes.
So you let your anger kind of get the best of you, and that was embarrassing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had already, verbally made a fool of myself, and then physically got a good share of it there.
So I'm gonna kind of piggyback on Jill's question. Were you more embarrassed about your emotional behavior, or were you more embarrassed about flipping the table on accident?
I think. I think it's a magical mix. Like, I think it's a good 50-50 of my emotional assholeness. Everybody in a small section knew.
Yeah.
And so then it just opened it up to the full restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I fell, the full restaurant just got to see me as an asshole, just instead of just a small table of people I was sitting at.
Because you made a scene.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You made a scene.
Right. Like,
That is really interesting, the difference between like the small section versus like a big section of like embarrassment,
Right. Well, you can deal with a few people, right? Because you can leave those people. But if it's everybody around you, like, the only thing to do then is to run away or make yourself more of an asshole.
Yeah, you flee.
Right. You could stand up and be like, "No, it's all you," and then that's just, that's the worst thing to do.
I guess that's like the whole thing with like in movies. I feel like I see this a lot where there's like a couple at a table and they're having a fight, but nobody around them knows until like
someone slams their fist on the table
or throws a drink in somebody's face, and then it's everybody else's business.
Right. Right, absolutely.
We were talking about earlier, like, is it possible to be embarrassed when you're alone, or do you have to have witnesses?
No.
What
I
do you
don't think
think?
so at all. I think alone embarrassment is probably most of our embarrassment.
I would agree with you.
Well, that's interesting to me because I feel like I am so without shame by myself.
Sandy has no shame.
I have no shame, essentially. But if I am in front of somebody, then yeah, like then I'm being judged. But like I don't think I'm being judged when I'm alone. You know what I mean?
So, like, you don't ever do anything alone and be like, man, that's weird.
Yes, I do, but I also know that nobody has to ever know about it.
She keeps her secrets safe. I
Yeah.
guess.
I guess I'm the worst judge of myself, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I care more. I do care about what I think, and so when I do something idiotic or gross or weird, I'm just like, yeah, I'm glad nobody else was around for this moment, and I can just hold it inside myself like it's not who I am. Like it's it's the classic on the toilet moment. You don't really, at least to me, you don't want to share that experience with people.
No, and but you yourself, like that's what I was saying. You can judge yourself in a way.
Right,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like that is the whole, because if I'm not judging myself when I'm alone and understanding who I am, when I go out, I won't be able to understand the way other people look at me.
Oh, that's good. I liked that.
That's yeah.
So one thing we've discovered, we've played a few games where we ask people what their embarrassing moments are, and a lot of them have to do with the toilet and pooping. And I wonder. I mean, A, do you have one? And B, no, I'm just kidding. And B, like, why do you think that is? Is it just because, toilet humor is hilarious and embarrassing?
Okay, so Trevor Noah says this thing in his book. I don't know why I'm plugging his book for him right now, but
I like it.
Where he's telling a bathroom story, and he says the thing about everybody on the toilet, and it is the concept that it doesn't matter if you're the Queen or Beyonce or whoever, everybody sits in this weird position and has this weird moment with themselves where they're trying to do something that they have no real control over.
Oh my God, you just put Beyonce on a toilet in my head, and I can't get it out.
He put the Queen on a toilet
Yeah.
in my head.
Yeah. And we all share that moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all share that weirdness. So that's also why it is funny to us, because it is a private thing that we all share that becomes public.
Well, and you know what? I'm thinking about this now, just while Jill was asking that question. It's just evolutionarily speaking, it's the most vulnerable we are.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
know?
No, he goes on to talk about, like, you can see it in a baby's face that they don't know what's going on there and they're a little scared. You can see it in a dog's face when they have that weird shame look and they're just like, what? Everybody at that moment has that same experience. Here's the thing. I've never watched another grown human adult shit. I have stayed away from that experience my whole life.
Sure.
You're not into scat play?
No, it's not really my move. It's just I don't know. It's something about the shit part. I think that's the part I don't like.
Yeah.
It's if it wasn't that part, I'd be fine with the rest of it.
Yeah. But have you ever gone camping with anyone?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't glance around I just don't.
People hide behind trees.
Yeah.
I do have that male sense of don't lock eyes in the restroom. So even if that restroom is outside in the trees, just stay away from looking at other people.
I think that's respectful, and I think that should be abided by everyone.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean everybody's having a private moment in a public place. It's weird.
Yeah,
It's weird.
It is. Have you ever witnessed somebody else having what you perceive to be their most embarrassing moment?
Ooh, good question.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's harder to remember other people's embarrassing moments, isn't it? Because I feel like we're always looking at ourselves and not other people necessarily.
Okay, wait, I think I've got one.
Okay.
I think I've got one.
Okay.
Okay, so I used to work as a stagehand, roadie / whatever they needed me to be guy.
Mm-hmm.
And this was at Starwood, which used to be in Nashville.
Yeah.
A venue?
Yes, a
Amphitheater.
music venue. And
Yes.
we were working the steps and stage for it. And riggers are guys who basically go up high into the sky and connect to the chains where lights connect and such that help raise the chains up. So we had a rigger guy who we know had a small drug problem. But it was one of those things you didn't really talk about very much until we're sitting there and everybody's on stage and the band is doing a rehearsal. I don't remember who the band was. And while the guy is up there doing a last check on his rigging points, apparently all we know is he says heads, which means in that lingo, run because something's dropping on your head.
Oh,
But what
God.
it ended up dropping was his crack pipe right onto the middle of the stage.
Yes. I was not ready for the
yeah.
crack pipe,
Oh,
but now
yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It landed. And I mean, it was just like the band couldn't avoid it. No, like, he got fired basically on the spot because everybody was like, yep, can't fuck around and pretend like there's not a crack pipe there.
That is a crack pipe, and
that's-
you shouldn't be like 25 feet in the air,
Uh-uh.
like securing stuff.
Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
Wow.
Yeah, I bet that was like
While actively smoking crack.
I would say maybe that's his most embarrassing moment, but I doubt it.
yeah somehow.
yeah, it's true. I bet
I
he has
highly
more
doubt it.
words.
Like-
yeah.
You
That's
get to
fair.
You get to the point of dropping your crack pipe onto the stage that you're rigging. I think maybe you've gone through some things.
Well, it's true, and at that moment he did get fired, so probably his embarrassing moments are after that point.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I didn't follow the story. Crack tends to make me go like, I'm not going to keep on with the plot.
You didn't check up on him later, 10 years later.
No.
Well,
What are they doing now?
Where
are they now? VH1.
Yes,
That was
VH1.
hilarious. Thank you so much, Tavius. You've been an excellent guest on our podcast.
We love having you on so much.
What? Did I just embarrass myself?
No. I was just saying I love having Tavius on.
I felt like I said something. I keep tongue twisting my words and I keep losing my thread. Anyway, whatever. But anyway, thank you again so much. And till next time, we'll see ya.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You guys are wonderful. Bye.
All right.
Bye. Yay, that's our show about embarrassment. I feel like it's embarrassing to talk about embarrassing moments. And so I feel very meta right now.
No, I think we both got pretty meta. I really do enjoy the concept, though, that we do this podcast to kind of subvert the very concept of like embarrassment, which is shame, which is just a softer word for shame.
Yeah, we're pioneers of bravery.
Oh God, we are. Oh,
No.
just up there.
But
with
it is-
all the great. No, we're not. We're not. We do a comedy podcast where we talk about dicks like all the
Most
time.
of the time. We
But-
didn't talk about dicks this episode. How embarrassing are they?
Dicks, yeah. But yeah, I think you're on the right track though. You know, that it is expressing expressing embarrassment is a form of getting over embarrassment.
Yeah, it's therapeutic.
It's very therapeutic.
We should all just embrace ourselves, embrace each other,
And embrace dicks.
and embrace all. Yes.
Just embrace whatever dicks you want.
Your
And
own dick.
And your own dick and your own pussy and whatever. Just
Just you love yourself and others. And that's, I think, where we should end our show.
yeah. And look, everybody poops and everybody farts.
And everybody drops crack pipes onto people's heads.
And jumps on tables at McDonald's and knocks down ketchup packets. So look,
All right.
everybody has an embarrassing moment. Just own it, love
Yes.
yourself.
Yes. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thank you, Tavius, for being on the show.
Woo.
Until next time,
See ya.
stay crude,
My dudes.